Hey, hi everyone. So, in continuation to our series of Velocity OmniScript, today we are going to see how we can use data mapper load action, and with the help of that, how we can, whatever data we are capturing in OmniScript, how we load that data into the S object in the backend. So, simply see this is the OmniScript which I have created for this session. We'll quickly go over what I have done, and in maybe in the next session I'll try to do it in the session itself. Okay, so the ask here is like we have to create an account and we have to create contacts and associate those contacts on the account. So suppose I am entering, say, try account demo, and then when I say next, I can have case trial one. I have just mapped one field for the demo purpose. Let me add multiple trial two. Okay, then add trial three. Okay, so now we are having that one account and these three cases. So when I hit on save, it should create the account and related associate these three cases on that account. Okay, so when I hit save, what it has done is like in the background it has created account. See, this account is created, and if I go to this account is created with, yeah, right now, and it has also created cases, three cases, and those three cases are associated with this account. Now this all can be done without any code, right, using OmniScript and data mapper. So for that, what we have to do is we have to first it's depends on choice, right? First I prefer creating data mapper because I know what data structure in this object which I need to create. So create a new data mapper. You know what are the steps, right? You can go to navigate to the data mapper and create a new data mapper. When you create a new data mapper, say for example, if you navigate here and wanted to create a new data mapper, so this will be the settings. So you can give the name. Interface type you will select load in this case. Input type, since we are passing from OmniScript, it's in JSON format, so I kept it JSON. For output, it will always be defaulted to S object. You can't select anything else because we are loading data into the S object. Then we have already talked around this permissions required and description you can put for better clarity. First step will be when you land up here, you have to select, okay, which object. So I have selected account to be created first. Then in the next, I have selected case. So the object is case, and now I have to associate this case with this account. So I simply need to select account ID field from case, and then I have to take field ID from the above account object. Okay. So if you want to associate any other field, say any other object, like, okay, you want to create contact as well, you can add a link, right? You want to add this contact to the account, so you can select account ID here, and then which object you want to link, case or account. So in our case is account and the ID field, so it will auto set that relationship. Once this is done, the next step will be going to the mapping. So in mapping you can define, okay, which field from account you want to map with your data that you are receiving from the JSON from the OmniScript. Then same for case, contact, whatever data you want. Then once you have this mapping defined, you can simply go to the preview, and here you can hit execute. But before hitting execute, you will need the sample data. right? So for that, what we need to do, I'll just show you now. Now we'll go to our Omni Studio. In Omni script, we need that screen, right, which we have seen. So we need this screen and the next screen. So simply there will be two steps that we'll needing. One is adding the step one. I have named it as account label and API name. I have just activated, that's why it is showing as grayed out. Then I added this text element, input text. Okay, so this input text, this is select, because I want to show it as a drop down, and in the select I have multiple options like manual, S object and custom. So here I am selecting S object. For custom, if you want to get the data from Apex, you can go for it. We'll discuss in detail. I'll try to show you in the live session itself. But for now, for S object, you can select it here, and source, it will be the name of the API name of the object dot the field. So it will auto populate those pick list values here. Then once this is done, the next step is creating cases. So for that, I have added this another step, and then within that step I have to add a block, because I want to repeat the element, right? So I have added a block. This is the block which I have dragged and dropped it here. Within the block, if you see this option add, right? So how this can be appearing, because here if you go to clone elements, you see that option copy elements and clone when repeating. Basis that, it will like allow multiple records, and you can set the limit of that repeat as well. Unless you select this, you won't be able to add multiple records. And then finally you need to associate your data mapper, right? So if you see here, this is the data mapper. Since I have dragged it inside this step, it is showing as a button. If it is kept outside, if this is actually already activated, right? So if I deactivate it, I should be able to see that, right? So if you see here, this is my data mapper post actions. From here I have dragged it data mapper, then I associated my newly created data mapper here. Okay, and if I put it outside, it will act, it will be seen as a data mapper. But if I put it inside, it will be a save button. If I put again inside this block, then it will appear for every block, right, which we don't want. We want single save button for multiple records for cases that a user is adding. Here if you want to see that clone elements, if I remove this button is gone, right? That's how you have to, you can make this block repetitive, right? Multiple items you can add. Now if you go to preview, right, the main objective was like to get that data format so that we can test it here, right? So whatever steps you have defined, you can put it, say for example, new trial demo 2, then next, and here it will show the other element. So case demo 1. Okay, in case origin and priority, if I say add one more, if you see, it is prevailing those values because we have checked that checkbox, the other checkbox which we have seen here. If you go here for this block, clone elements and clone when repeating, right? Copy elements and clone. So while when it means clone, it will prevail the values, okay, existing value. If I go here now, if you see, when I, the way I am filling up the values, it is preparing that JSON as well. So you can simply copy this JSON from here and then paste it in the execute, because what we have done is, in we went to the preview for this. If you see, I have just mapped single fields, right? That's where it will only copy that single field into the S object. If I click on the preview, here I need to paste that format, and if I execute, it will show me here as well whatever data I'm creating. So that's how you can test it here. And then in that case, the naming, right? This is very important. If you see here, account name industry, the case, this is case sensitive, right? Account name industry, cases, case data, and then the fields. So if I again go back here, if you see, this matters a lot, account name, and then it is mapping with the account dot name. Here you can see account colon name is my input JSON from omni, and then to the real account object, which field it is getting mapped. So that is very important. We will talk around these options in upcoming sessions, but for basics you need to understand this. Similarly for cases, see, cases colon case data colon subject, so this should map with this structure, cases, case data, and subject, origin, priority. If you want, you can add those additional fields, and then that's how it will start reflecting. I have only mapped one field. So if you see in the created records, it will only show one field. Even for the cases, so it is only mapping with the subject. Other things, if I go navigate, I'll show you. So it is only mapping the subject part of it, and it is also linking the account. So this is a subject, but other things, say case origin or type, it is not mapping because I haven't mapped those fields in the data mapper. So you need to put whatever fields you want to map, you have to put it here, then only it will be reflected in the S object. So that's how you can simply create a omni script and a data mapper with post action, and you can save records. This is really easy for quickly building the UI screen. That is the whole objective of omni script velocity. I hope you will try this and you will be able to successfully complete this one. I'll try to come up with live session as well for this. Thank you, and keep keep coding or keep trying on these things. Yeah.